to Co-Labbin.
Welcome back. Yeah, so happy to
Dee
be
and
here today.
Shauna. Hey, Shauna.
Hey Dee, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm
I'm
good. I'm
actually,
excited. I'm
I'm
excited.
really, really, really excited about this
Yes, me
episode.
too.
This is episode 104, and
Yes,
it's called Dreamers. What the heck are you waiting for?
that's right. That's right.
In this
That's right.
episode, we have an extremely special guest, very special personally, and I think it's going to be an episode that's going to shine a light on this very special person. And also, we're going to get to talk a little bit about what do we know about dreams deferred. What do you know about a dream deferred, Shauna?
Oh, I could talk. I could talk hours, but I won't. I won't. No,
Because we know you can talk hours.
you know that's why we got a podcast. Okay, I had to take this talent somewhere. You know what I mean? So anyway, well, I will say this is one of my dreams, right?
This podcaster?
This is one of my dreams, and it's not deferred, right? It took us a minute to get here, but we are here, and that's what most of we are doing it, and I'm extremely proud.
I love that. And I think this episode, we're going to speak to someone who's going to talk to us a little bit about why she decided to jump in and take hold of her dreams. So I'm super excited to introduce our very first guest on Co-Labbin. And this guest is special in so many ways. We mention all the time the lady behind the scenes of all the great work that we've been doing here.
Yes.
And Yvonne Winfrey is responsible for making Shauna and I look our very best. This woman is a director. She is a writer. She is an executive producer. I mean, I don't know what there is that she cannot do, honestly.
That's right. Yeah.
Please, Collabers, let me introduce you to Miss Yvonne Winfrey. Welcome.
Wow.
We finally get to see your face in the front.
I know.
That's right.
Looking good.
I spent so much of like the early part of my career, like trying to be in front of the camera. And now I don't even, it just embarrasses me. Actually, it's crazy.
Crazy.
I like, I think actually because maybe becoming a mother or something, I just started to like really making other people shine, and and it's just, it's become a passion of mine. So, and it's easy with you guys. You're talking about making you guys look good.
That's easy. Right.
It's easy. You guys, you guys are.
Thank you so much.
We so appreciate you. I just gotta say, we appreciate you so much. I know we're talking about other projects that you're working on, and I'm excited to get to that. But we wouldn't be, presenting at this level at all if it wasn't for you, right? We'd be somewhere in our little like bedrooms, with the camera. And I'm just joking, but you really do bring a level of production quality that is amazing.
Thank you.
And we just appreciate you for it. Yes, absolutely.
So Yvonne, look, we're here, and I mentioned, Sean and I talked about who we wanted to be our first guest. And on a past episode, we talked a little bit about resilience. We talked a little bit about having to pivot and go a different direction and how sometimes that can be difficult. And I thought I was talking about you at the time, but I didn't share your story. But this is a great time for us to sort of bring you here and tell us a little bit about how you got here. Like what's your story? What brought you to where you are today?
That's interesting because you're saying here, and I know that, we have colleagues in common, and here for me used to be New York. So right now they are in the Northeast and in New York, and I'm in Los Angeles. And actually, I will say this. Thank the two of you, because you guys have seen me go through a major transformation, and it was a lot of pain, a lot of shedding of skin and things like that. So, and this has been an outlet. So, and there's times that these two have, after talking for an hour, have sat down and they've continued to talk to me and encourage me through some tough situations for an hour or more after that. So thank you. But speaking of those tough situations, there's been like being on the road, hungry, but for fun, playing music. being a single mom, which was tough, that kind of stuff. I was, definitely. But something happened last year that just, it changed so much. It changed, it changed everything. I'm going to be frank. It changed everything. Okay. So in March of last year, March 24th, to be exact, my father passed away. And it was like in our family, the first, I guess kind of, significant, passing just in our just our immediate family, our immediate family. And he was just such a strong, personality, and so much of a way that we, especially business-wise, that we operate, and our work ethic came from him. But also, even though he didn't treat me like it all the time, I am the only girl. I'm the only daughter. So even my brothers don't treat me that way either. But anyway,
no special treatment.
Yeah. So that was a big impact of him passing away, and I didn't realize that what was going to happen. People are like, you've been through some tough times, and they know me. I have been through some tough things, and I've had people say, "Oh, you always land on your feet." And I used to get kind of upset about that. Like, oh man, I need your help. But this one, I did not. I didn't land on my feet. I mean, I know people say that now I am, but I don't. I know me. I know me, and I fell apart. It was like something I've never ever had before, an experience I've never had. I fell apart. My world fell apart, and it's so. And to the point, like, I am a little bit of a hermit, but I became that way even emotionally. Yeah. So like, it was even like, so after he died, that was March 24th. About a month later, my partner, asked for a divorce. And that, and I have to be honest, I was a wreck. I was a wreck,
1 month later.
About
crazy. About a month. I understand. I understand. It can be tough. It can be tough.
Yeah. Of course.
But I just saying, like, at that point, it was already tough. It was already tough.
Yeah.
And then, so then I my company, and a lot of businesses were doing this, I think, at the time, where people had to come back into the building. And, but hey, it's so funny because March 23rd, I was like, I'm going back in the building. Honestly, I was doing all these fun things with my company and, doing all these cool things with my company. And then March 24th came, and it was like that. Like I lost me. I lost, I feel like my spark, something just shut down. And so at that point, I just totally, I couldn't go back in that quickly. I just couldn't go back physically, and I couldn't do what I do so well, which is fake it. I'm sorry. So I'm sorry, friends. I don't know.
We all know that walk. We know that walk.
Yes, we know. Don't we do mamas and sisters, and we know how to fake it when we have to. So in this one, I couldn't. And everybody knows me. Like, even my dad's like, this happens, power through. Racism happens, power through. That's just, you know what I mean? And
that guy.
Easier said than done. Yeah.
Yes, but the person who told me to power through wasn't there no more.
Right.
At that point, I was not broke. Like, I was a little broke, but like, I was like living in a hotel room, right outside of my job, because that's how much my job meant to me, but I was working remotely, like right near my job. It was just really one of those things. I just sort of like, I just kind of bonded to my job. But then, we were asked to go back in, and I just couldn't do that. And I remember sitting there, and Shauna, like, I do remember hearing something or someone saying, you have to go. And I will, I'm going to try not to become emotional here. You have to go.
Because I'll be done.
It's okay.
But you have to go. You have to go. And that's a weird thing, because it didn't say, I have to go.
Right.
Which is everything for, I got to go. I got to make this. I got to get this job. But something spoke to me and said, you have to go. And then I was just like, where can I go? Where a place where, I can sort of seek out some of my dreams. And it wasn't that specific, but I knew I needed to be in a place where what I do, which is arts, writing and editing and producing, that, that had to be a place where that, was specifically a part of that place. And unfortunately in New York, I was going through divorce. My father was not in the Northeast. So I made a change. So I took a big risk, and I came to Los Angeles. I came here, and I just, I have to be honest, I moved right across the street from my company. Again, I know it's crazy, but you know what?
It makes a difference.
I think it's a good thing, and it's a sort of a sad thing in the same way that was my identity. That
was the connection.
Yeah. That was the connection. That was the only
connection.
And, and I was thinking, I'll interview, and I did some of those things. But, the thing is that I moved there, like, thought it was a connection and security. But, I did some interviewing and things like that. Every door seemed to close. Actually, every door did close. And then I just had this script that I had started, and I was here alone, and these characters started calling to me. And it was called White Vinegar.
Hold up, right? Because I know some of this story, and I really, really think you need to. You're doing yourself an injustice, right? So let's take it back. You're telling me.
All right.
Let's start from you coming across country, driving, right?
Wow.
Still working remotely, right? Coming to LA, didn't have a plan, and this is the part that I didn't know. So I thought that you already knew you were going to start this project. So tell me about that. So you had no idea yet.
Wow.
When you made this move that this project was going to be the next thing that you did. Tell me.
I moved across the country, across the street from the company that I love, because I just thought that's where I would be there to interview. That was that's what that was the plan. That was the plan. I mean, I wouldn't be physically I'm telling you right now, if I threw a rock, I'd be right there. You know what I mean? But I still enjoy seeing that. I still enjoy it because that's so much part of my identity. And still so many colleagues and new colleagues here. Just beautiful, beautiful. But I did not come for that. I came to work. I knew that was what it was. I knew it couldn't be right away. I couldn't be in a building where I had to fake. I just knew that. But I will say this. You're right. I made sure no one knew. When I say no one knew, if it was seamless. Even in the pain, it was seamless.
You're going through all this roller coaster of emotions, right? The job is your constant, your one constant. It seems like. And you're driving across country. Tell me what you were going through on an emotional level, because I feel like that could have been, this experience obviously brought you to create this film and start this project. But just tell me what that was like, the process of driving and working, and what was going through your head. I'm just curious, because that's enough to bring anybody down. If you ask me, everything that you just explained, everything you went through, I mean, the level of strength and resilience, as Dee said, I mean, is unheard of for some people.
I didn't feel strong. I didn't feel strong. I was so closely. It was a very dark time. I didn't feel strong. My mom actually says now, she goes, "That's the movie." She goes, "That's the movie. The movie is the making of the movie of how it all happened." And when I was even coming across the country, I remember I don't even know where I was, but I was over halfway across, and I went, This is a trail of tears. I cried across this country. I cried. And then, okay. And now I'm on work. You know what I mean? But really, I really did. But it was also a lot of solitude, and it was a lot of things of introspection, right? Things that lead you to just going, I have to do this. If something happened, and you hear artists and musicians and directors and writers say something that I never felt. I've been those things my whole life. But nothing ever said, I have to do this. Every door is closing. Why is every door closing? It can't be a bad reason. I mean, I haven't done anything wrong. I've got my education. I've done everything I was supposed to do. There's got to be some other reason. So that reason went into White Vinegar. It went into that script. I just said, I'm going to finish this. And I was like, I'm finish this, for my dad. I'm going to finish it for him. And then it goes to, I have some very special people you're going to meet at the end of the show. But I just took that script. I don't even know what made me, do this, but I reached out to a couple different cinematographers, and I gave the script to one of them, and I like Korean cinema. I just like Korean film, and he is he read it, and he wasn't even interested in projects, but he came back and he said, "Wow, you got to do this. You got to do this." And I was like this is the person in Los Angeles, and I was going, wait a minute. You know what I mean? Like now this is an outside. Yes. Like D, you know me? D would have been like, go out and make your movie, girl. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then I would be like, no, that's D. She's just my friend. D just trying to help me get through this, But this was an outside person who's been doing film here. And so I was like, okay. And then I'm not going to lie. At that point, though, Yvonne Winfrey kicked in. Like, I'm going to be honest, at that point I said, what else do I have? I have nothing else right now. I got nothing else. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put my, and then I had, and then I had, just all the people I love, Ava DuVernay, Spike, Scorsese, all the different people. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go for this. But it was a team. It was a beautiful, wonderful team. And they're still here. We're still doing it.
I love it.
That's such an amazing story. And I know you started a production company came out of this. Tell us a little bit about the production company.
So the production company is called The Uncollective. And the UN is actually the UN. It's the UN specifically, the United Nations.
I love that.
I love so many directors. I love so many people. And I know we talk about different people that affect us and stuff, but for me, Deepak Chopra said something. He goes, everyone can do something special. You can do something more special than anyone else on the planet. Like that blew me away. On the planet. And and even, being, and I just think that's something that God put in me to do something like that. And I just said, okay, what is that? And I knew that it was directing. I knew it was working with people and acting and kind of like loving on them in that moment, and, caring and respecting them in that same time. And I just dove in. So UN though, another thing that makes me kind of different is I grew up as an Air Force kid. So,
oh, really? Wow. I did not know that. Wow. Okay.
My father was in the military. So we lived around the world and around the country. I mean, I've been to most states, more than 45 states. Wow. And you know what I mean? So, but to me, growing up in this and like playing with, little German kids, that kind of things is a big deal to me. So I said, I want, when I say diversity,
representation,
not the diversity of, okay, I'm going to pick a couple of people from here. And then that makes my company diverse now. Right. No, I'm starting it off that there's all diversity around me. And when I mean that, I mean Korean, we have somebody from Brazil, and then also too, I'm going to say, white women, white men, but I'm saying that because those perspectives are so important to to the stories. Yes. They matter. Yes, they do. We just have people from Mexico. Our AD, gotta give shout out to AD. She's like, that's what she takes care of. She takes care of us. Appy's from India, and actually in India, and coming back in November for our next film. So these are just so not diverse people living in the United States. That's what I think is. Wow. These are like people that came from other countries to work with you. And I'm jealous actually, because you have a couple of mutual friends, but we have one friend in common who actually got a chance to come
to your set.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was jealous then. I'm still jealous. But the one thing he said
the next one, D, the next one, D. I got you.
I'm coming to the next one. The one thing that he said was like the energy there. The energy, like you can feel the warmth around. So not only did you bring these people together, now I'm going to get emotional, who are coming to the table that were very different from each other, you provided a sense of community. You created a sense of community so they all felt safe, even though they came to the table and they were all different. How? What is that secret sauce? What did you do that was able to sort of create this magical thing?
Environment, yeah.
Well, first of all, I think is like maybe where how I was raised, different places, different cultures. You just took me off guard is because you just said something that one of our actors in one of the clips that we're going to be seeing, and the whole time he kept saying, "You did this." And I was like, no, we did this. We did this. We did this. And I was like, we did this. I'm like cheerleader. And he goes, no, you did. He goes, I'm not going to stop until you take credit and say, you did this. I kept saying no. But he said something like the last night he took me aside. He goes, I told you I'm going to get you. And he was holding my hand so hard. I'll never forget it. It was like, and Josh, I really thought you were going to break my hands. I'm going to say it. But he was holding my hand so hard. And he was crying so much. And then I started crying.
Oh,
and
wow.
he said, thank you for seeing me. Thank you for seeing me. And I know I wrote this part that's something that, it's a person that identifies as they and them. And he said, he goes, and because you saw me, there's so many millions that you're going to that are going to say the same thing to you, Yvonne. Thank you for seeing
representation matters.
Yes, yeah. So that's that D just definitely that whole thing that I don't know where that comes from, but I do know that what you just said was something that was said to me many times. And I will say one thing though. So when Josh kept saying, you did this, and you're going to admit it, I'm not going to let you go. And I said this, I said, okay. I said, look, I will say maybe there is something. I don't know. Maybe there's something. But I said this. This is the thing that I did say to him. I said, but Josh, I have been this way my whole life. I've always been the biggest cheerleader, always been the first to come in early, the first to leave, always been like, oh, this person deserves this, and standing up for them in places that weren't comfortable. Always been like, guys, we're a team. Let's unite. And we can get this done like this as a team, And I told him I've always been like this, but I said the difference is for some reason right now, at this point in time, it's working with you, with this group, it's working.
All right. Yeah. So, we just got finished hearing some, just amazing things about this film. And I'm so excited because we have two special guests with us. But Yvonne, I want you to intro them, right? Tell us about the two special people that are here with us today.
I'm going to start off with the person that kind of all started off with, and that's June. June is our director. Yes. Hi, June. June is our director of photography. And I just, he's very special because when I came here, I had a script and I was actually finishing it. And I was like, what am I going to do with this? And I knew I was being led for something, towards something. But June read it and goes, no, we have to do it. Wow. That was it. We were right, June. We were at a restaurant. He goes, nope, we have to do it. We have to do it, June. So
that's amazing.
So June, say hi. And June, can you say your full name?
Sure. Well, my full name is Hyunjun Park. I go by June just because, just for the sake of easiness of pronouncing my name. But my full name is Hyunjun Park. I'm a cinematographer from South Korea, and it was actually a very coincidental experience for me because I was actually working on a film set, and I got a message from Yvonne on a LinkedIn, like on one of the most random days, asking about this, hey, I'm looking for a cinematographer in LA, I'm looking for a cool opportunity to work with. And, oh yeah, please send me the script and I'll read it over. And I was kind of being picky about, reading scripts and making sure I jump on a project that I really like the essence of it. By the time when she reached out to me, and yeah, I did the reading of the script, and I was just amazed by the vision that she had in the back of the script, and I could truly read her intentions and purpose of the script that she wrote by herself. And I didn't even really ask her questions. Hey, Yvonne, let's meet one day. I'll be back to LA in about a couple of days. Let's have let's have some lunch together and talk more about the project. And that's how I really, made this happen together, to start between Yvonne and me. And from that day, I really loved her vibe. When she first met me, she greeted me like a brother. Even though we'd never met each other before.
You are my brother.
I never met this person, and she was really being nice to me. That is also what really made me feel like, okay, this is an interesting person that I want to get more. I want to get to know more about, because for me, it's more about work ethics and personality when it comes to working with someone. And Yvonne has had everything: charisma, nice personality, approachable personality.
Look at her. She's not used to this.
I know, right? I know. She's blushing over there.
I'm not just flattering. I'm just being honest and saying all the truth. My first impressions about Yvonne, and that's really what started me start thinking about, okay, this is going to be not only a great opportunity to work on this amazing script, but, I'm ready to take off on a journey with this nice person, So that's where everything started, I guess. Yeah. So,
yes.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We love that. And we know that it's true.
Thank you.
Yes.
And the feeling is very much mutual with June.
Well, thank you, Yvonne.
I couldn't have started this, and I couldn't have started this. I'm always quoting lyrics. We started from the bottom, now we're here. So I keep saying that because here is wherever we are at this point, and some point it's going to be bigger than this. But I couldn't have thought of a better person, chosen a better person to start this journey with. So June, we're in the middle of it, but we're going up.
Yes,
well, I feel
you
lucky. That's all I wanted to say. Yeah.
We appreciate you, June.
Yeah.
Let us know who else we have with us today, Yvonne.
There's Emily. Emily is
Hi, Emily.
So many people in one person. And so she is an actress. She was one of the stars of of White Vinegar. And she's also now, she started off as a production assistant, and now she's actually my lead producer right now. She's my lead.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it's and there's a reason why like when we have interviews, and we take our interviews seriously. They know that I do, but I'm one of those people. I said, well, look, they can look at the resumes, but I would say I want to talk to the person before. I say a resume, because if I fall in love with the resume and then the person doesn't fit, what we're doing, it's a hard place to be. Yeah. But Emily is one of those people looking at the resumes, and Emily's one of those people. She knows, what I want, and she knows what I want for the group and for the team. And but yeah, so Emily is the producer, and she's just killing it. So Emily, hi.
Welcome, Emily.
So happy
and Emily, would you say your full name too? Please say your full name.
Oh yeah, I'm Emily Kiihnl.
Hey Emily, thank you so much for joining us today. Happy to have you both here. This is very, very exciting. So let me ask a question, Emily, as one of the lead actresses. Why this project? Why Yvonne?
Oh my goodness, everything June said, but
double click.
The way that, oh my goodness, Yvonne on set is just and even not on set, even in post, and even just when we're in pre-production right now, she is just so present. And also the way that she handles problems that come up or conflicts, she just takes it. She doesn't get angry. She doesn't get I've worked with directors that have yelled at me. I've seen them fire
Wow.
people aggressively. Like it can
Wow.
be really scary. And so
Yeah.
as I'm learning how to be a producer and Yvonne's walking me through that, like if I mess up, she's just like, it's cool. Like we're fine. We're gonna figure it out. Like it's not a big deal. And I'm like,
I love that. Yeah. Give you space, right? We make mistakes, give you that space to kind of feel it, figure it out, especially with you doing something that you're working toward, growing a career there. Yeah.
And I have so much respect for Yvonne because we're all human. We make mistakes. And when Yvonne does make a mistake, she admits it like that. She's like, I messed up. What can we do to fix it? And it's like, okay, I can mess up too. And I can say I messed up and that's okay.
Yes. I love that.
She just handles everything with integrity and respect. And she does it all with her heart. And I think that's why she has so much loyalty from our whole team. It's because we all have a passion and we're like, okay, you're leading us and we want to go with you. And so we're going to. Like, it doesn't matter if like we work on projects and make no money or we work on projects and make millions. I will always work with her because it's fun and exciting.
Right back at you, Kiihnl.
Wow.
You know that.
Thank you guys so much for sharing just basically what attracted you to the project. I really want to know, because we know she's a special lady. What was transformative about working with Yvonne? Like, how was her process different? How did she sort of impact you, being that you both have worked in this industry for some time?
Yvonne's style of directing was something that I have maybe seen in previous work, but it was a very fresh eye for me to look at what she was doing, because her directing style was very charismatic that I couldn't see elsewhere. Meaning,
what do you mean by that, June? I don't.
So
I don't
okay,
know what that means.
right. So when I say so I've worked with many different directors in the commercials, films, or whatnot. And when I say like charismatic, like I think I've never seen a director who had a strong vision enough to influence the actors to how should I say, to shape whatever that she wanted or needed for that particular shot or scene to happen, you know? So when I say charismatic, like she was one of the only person around me that I've seen who made that happen. Did that make sense? I don't know if I'm being
like
clear.
Her vision was clear, her passion came through, and it was able to influence the actors to get the performance that she needed. I think that's
exactly. And I think it may be because she was coming from the acting background before she started directing. But like she was one of the very few people who knew what actor needed to know, and she was very communicative, and at the same time, her aura and like her strong presence on set just made it all happen. And that was a very transformative experience for me, like to watch her from a person who's always behind the camera and you know what's going on with the actors, because what you see on screen is what, like, not everything that you see on set. I don't know if I'm making sense here, but like
yes, definitely.
But that is one very strong I don't know. I'm really bad with words right now because
you're pretty good.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
I'm like stuttering every second. I'm just.
He told me that he was going to stutter. You just said it. You could not have. I couldn't have said it better, June. So thank you. I mean, honestly, just so you know how much I respect the process, and also actors and crew. So hearing that from a crew member about you just recognizing how important that whole process is means the world to me.
And not to mention, that is not just for actors. I do want to emphasize the fact that, I mean, of course, director mostly spends time with the actor. I mean, that's one of the main jobs that all the directors have to do. But she is also great in terms of communicating with the crews. If there's any crew member or head of the department who's maybe feeling behind or who's feeling left out, she always approaches in a nice manner, privately asks or publicly. So there's one thing that I really highly value Yvonne's when it comes to, because for me, if you praise someone in front of everyone, that's a nice leader.
Yes.
But and if we also like when it comes to complaining about others, you do it privately. You know,
Mhm.
you don't do it in front of everyone.
Embarrassing.
Right.
and
Yeah.
like you don't
People
embarrass people.
respect. Yeah.
That's
Right,
it.
right.
Yeah, I was going to say that's respect.
Yeah, because when you're working on set, there are many conflicts and there are many problems to deal with. And Yvonne is so great at like not embarrassing people in front of everyone. She always comes in private, like make sure everything's okay, and you know does her best to resolve it. And on the opposite side, when she praises someone, like she does it in front of everyone, so that person feels like empowered in a way. And that is a strong element of being a good leader, which I've seen from Yvonne on every set that I've been with her. And I did want to mention that, you know, before we move on, you know, yeah.
Thank you, June.
That's
Wow.
wonderful. I'm not surprised, but it's so nice to hear. Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good job, Yvonne. Good job.
I didn't even know I was doing all these things. You know what? I'm just hanging out with. I'm hanging out with people I love. I'm hanging out with people I love.
That's important because I think you're leading with heart and you're putting yourself in their position. And you know, I know not every leader is able to do that, but that is the difference between being a leader and being a great and efficient leader. So good job on you.
This warms my heart because here it is. We're talking about the entertainment business, which, you know, Emily alluded to. It can be cutthroat. People can be nasty. They feel like they have the right to be nasty. And if we just all treat each other like, you know, with respect and as humans, I think, as we can see, it could take you far. It could take you far. You know what I mean? So to me, I just love that you create that beautiful space for the people that you're working with. So definitely kudos to you for that, Yvonne.
And I love, Yvonne, that, you know, you were able to sort of rewrite your story, right? And, you know, you sort of got to this point. And I told you before, like, I'm in such admiration of all that you've been able to accomplish. And the great thing, the most beautiful thing about all of this is that it's not even over yet.
No,
it's not done.
It's just
it's not done.
Yes, yes.
Look at this team.
Yes.
Wait till you see the team. See this team. Wait till you see this team. The three of us accepting awards and stuff. I can't wait.
That's right.
I'm coming. What you mean?
We're gonna be there.
I'm stepping too.
That's right. I just want to put it out there to our
listeners.
If you know anybody that wants to invest in this amazing crew, director,
everyone should want to invest.
That's right. Get in on this.
We need these voices.
First. You could be the first. That's right. We need these voices. Absolutely.
These voices.
Yes. Since this is about dreamers and you know us really going for it and working towards our goals, we want these dreams to become reality. So we're going to challenge you to do one small thing towards your dream, whether you write, book an appointment, whatever it is that you need to do to work towards your goals.
Make a plan.
Right. Write it down. That's
something.
Make a song.
Sing a song.
Make a vision board. Buy a piece of equipment. Whatever.
Yes. Preach it. Yes.
YouTube University, y'all. So let's do one small challenge, all right? And I want you to tell us about it like you did this time around. I did get some emails and text messages about different things that people were doing. Thank you so much. Keep them coming in.
Thank you.
Don't stop.
Yes.
We appreciate you. Yes.
We love our community.
And post it. Post.
Yes, post.
Talk to them.
Share it with them. And email us. Email address is co-labbin@gmail.com. So if you don't go on social media, send it through email. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I just want to say before we wrap, Yvonne, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing how we can make our dreams a reality, even though you weren't quite sure where you were going, but you just knew that you had to do something different. And I so appreciate you, and I'm just loving this journey. I hope you're loving and enjoying it as well right now. But we're here with you. We're riding with you. Yeah, all the way.
We're in the middle of the story, but right now, I know my mental health and just feeling loved and loving on people. It's just a beautiful time. And thank you guys for being here.
I encourage our listeners to please go see how you can support the Uncollective, White Vinegar, as well as this new project,
Rubber Room.
Rubber Room. Can't wait to see
that.
you. We're gonna have you back. You're gonna be back.
Yes, you know that. You know that.
We thank you guys for collabing with us. Talk soon.
And now, a clip from the movie White Vinegar.
I went to the college to see if I could join. The same college that I looked at every day when I was a little boy. Every day through my window when my grandma would read books to me, and now that college is no more than a fairy tale in one of her stupid books, and you know why? Because I live too close. And because I ain't a foreigner. And because I'm white. You can't get a job. You have an education. You have every opportunity in the damn world. You own them all. You think for a second that if me and you walked into a bank that they wouldn't hire you over me? Oh, they'd probably call the cops, thinking I was gonna shoot up the place.
Cut your hair.
What?
I said cut your hair. If you walked into a bank with a clean shirt, clean shaven, and a high school diploma, maybe even a GED, and I walked into the same bank in a business suit and a college degree, maybe even a master's, in some parts of this country, maybe even in this town, they would choose you over me.
No, it shouldn't matter what I look like. I shouldn't have to change what I look like or who I am to get a job.
Exactly.